My name is Theodora of Dora's Door Designs, and I welcome you in today while I make a patriotic wreath. So just come on in while I get started. Hopefully, I shouldn't be before you long. I try to do a lot of prep ahead of time so that I can keep it down to about an hour. That's about the time limit for my anxiety. So, anyway, I am making a patriotic wreath, as you can see, red, white, and blue. I started with a Dollar Tree frame, 14 inches, with 12 twist ties, 6 on the bottom, 6 on the top. And I'm using deco mesh, cut at 25 inches. And I'm scrunching it up the middle after having rolled the ends, because I like the woodland ruffle. I think I'm gonna put it up today. I usually put it facing down, and then I don't know, try a little something different. I usually don't do it up and down. Usually do it side to side. So let's see what difference it makes. If you come in, just come on in, say hello. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment so I know you were here. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out to hang out with me. I'm still trying to get in the habit that even if no one is on, to keep talking so there's no dead air. For me, that's a little bit of a challenge. I don't think I like it that way. I'm going back to my original side by side today. Today, go back to the original. I actually even like it down more than I like it up, but I'm gonna try it up today. So I'm taking this one loose. Instead of putting it in up and down, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in side by side. It looks like a bow tie or a butterfly. I think I like that better because then the sides can butt up against each other, like so, like that. So that's how I'm going to continue. Again, I cut the mesh at 25 inches. Of course, the mesh itself is 10 inches wide. So 10 inches wide, 25 inches long. Rolling up each end maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I'm scrunching up the middle to make what looks like a little butterfly or a bow tie. And since I like butterflies, I'm gonna call it a butterfly. I was supposed to go live last week. Was supposed to go to a concert at my church for Good Friday, and actually wound up not going Me and Doggy's son are in a new place, and he is having a real hard time adjusting to when I'm gone. And so he's barking. So the neighbors say from the time I leave till the time I get back. Sometimes he's actually asleep, so I'm not sure if he is actually barking that long. But most times when I get back, he is barking. So I had gone out with a friend the night before, and so I did not want to go out 2 nights in a row. I just thought that would be a little much for the neighbors. I'm trying to be respectful as much as possible. But hey Sandra, Sandy, how are you? But anyway, I'm hoping that some of my neighbors will be a little more patient with us, since we haven't been here quite 2 months. I think yesterday made 7 weeks, and I'm sure it's not easy on him because since COVID I spend so much time at home. So now that when I do go out, he's like, where's mom? Where's my mama? He's usually pretty good for a couple hours. Usually if I'm gone more than a couple, he'll bark. But according to my neighbors, he's barking from the time I leave. And I have considered getting a camera so I can better judge what's really going on. Because I have a neighbor, he's doing upstairs, that walks real heavy, and he walks a lot. He's been doing a little better since he and I have met. And I guess people were letting him know that he was walking a little loud early in the morning, sometimes all night long, and he was keeping me awake. But he's doing better. He and I had a conversation last night, and he was thinking that maybe his walking was keeping him disturbing Barack when I'm away. I thought so at first, but it doesn't seem to bother him when I'm home. Just so if the walking is bothering him, it's only because I'm not home, I guess. I don't know the real reason, other than separation anxiety is what I'm thinking it is. I just don't know what to do about it. I've tried calming chews. I've always left the TV on. Sometimes I leave the scriptures on. Sometimes I leave music on, or a movie. Just depends on what I was listening to before I left. But anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what's going on with me and him trying to adjust in a new space. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me tomorrow. Yeah. So, anyway, that's why I didn't go live last week. And because it's my birthday tomorrow, I decided I will go live today, just in case I had some fun stuff to do for my birthday tomorrow. Even if I don't do anything, sometimes you just need to take some time for yourself, be still, be quiet, and then just enjoy yourself. So that's what I'm gonna try to do tomorrow, even though I have to go renew my license, which is a totally different experience. Since I now live downtown, I went and got my tags today thinking I could do both, but they changed the address on the tags with no problem. But on the driver's license, I have to have proof of the address. So I need either a utility bill, which I don't get those in the mail. I pay my bill online. So they need the lease or something on that order to verify that I have moved. And it just so happened I got my voter's registration in the mail today. So I'm gonna take that, the car registration that they just updated today, and a copy of my lease agreement. I could have gotten it done all in one day. However, now I gotta go back tomorrow. So that's the only thing I have planned to do business-wise for tomorrow. But one of the things I do like, you don't have to renew every year. You can do longer, because this is the first time I've renewed since I've been here. I moved here in 2016. I might have done it 4 years ago. Maybe it's every 4 years, but it's not every year you have to renew your license. And it might be like that in Michigan. I can't remember. Hey, Tina Bana. You still out there, girl? Happiest birthday to me. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad you into crochet, because you find the nicest stuff, even though I never really look at any of the patterns, but all of the stuff is always so cute that you post on your page. Do you crochet as much as you used to? I know my girlfriend Linda in Michigan, she crochets, but she mostly does Afghans or blankets or whatever you want to call them. And she does a good job. I still have my hat, Tina, and my scarf. I actually wore it quite a bit this winter because we had a cool winter. I don't usually wear a coat, but that hat and scarf made a big difference. I did sell a wreath recently, ladies. I was happy. It was a beach theme, and I was surprised. Someone purchased it in Nevada. So that was good. I hadn't sold anything in a while, but I was okay with that since I was moving and didn't want it to miss shipping it. And most of my things are in storage. Well, I won't say most, almost everything is in storage. So when I plan out a project, I have to go to storage and get my supplies. Because I don't have enough room in here anymore, since I had to downsize from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom. But where there is a will, there is a way. So that's the other thing. Can you guys hear me? Every 4 years? Okay, I'm glad you answered that, because it was just down on me. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Because I turned off the playback, so I can't hear myself. And the only way I know if y'all can hear me is when you respond to me. I'm very good, Tina. I couldn't remember And I want to say it's like 8 years here, but I'm not sure. It seemed longer than what Michigan did. And I think this is the first time I've renewed since I've been here. I moved here in 2016. And I don't know if I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. I kind of like that you don't have to renew it so often, except for you get stuck with if it's a horrible picture. You get stuck with that, but who really looks at the pictures but the popo? Right? Nobody looks at those pictures. All right, this is what I have so far. When I first was planning, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to add some other color in here, but I think I'm gonna leave it as is. Leave it as is. Add the ribbon tails. I can't call it a kit, but every month I get a wreath supply box, and I don't ever know what's in it till I get it. And I like it in one sense because it's a set price, so it's easy on my budget, and it keeps me from overspending in one respect, which I was doing a lot of at one time. These are the two ribbons, the 1.5 inch, and then a 2.5. But anyway, I was spending way more money than I was actually making stuff. So this way, I just have a certain amount. It's in the budget. I try to make do with what's in the box. I have enough supplies that I've accumulated over time, so I can usually find something to match, which is good. And at least if I don't have something to match, I don't have as much to purchase to fill in. I remember one year, I think it was during COVID too, which was crazy. One month I was going over my expenses, and I had literally spent $1,000. I'm like, what the devil? And that was my wake-up call. I'm like, no, we can't do this every month just because it's pretty. Nah. So I had to stop that. Thanks, Tina. I really like making them, but right now the style of I like to do different styles. Like I like to do the swag, which is the long one. I really like doing those. I haven't done one of those in a while. I might have done one for Christmas, I think. But I like to do the grapevines as well. But I haven't done those. Definitely have not done one of those in a while. But right now, as I'm adjusting to my new surroundings and everything, not having the space in the apartment with me, it's kind of hard. So, I'm not keeping as much stuff as I used to. Oh, before I forget, if you have been desiring one of my wreaths, I do have a sale going on for my birthday. You can 25% off everything in the shop. New stuff, old stuff, multiple things. 25% off right now through the 30th. So it's a few more days. You can get something if you've ever thought about it and want to take advantage of the sale. The code is APR for April 25 for the percent, and actually my birthday since it's tomorrow. It just worked out that way. So if you would like to take advantage of that, please do. Your support is appreciated, but of course, just you being here hanging out with me, that's appreciated too. Appreciated, so I don't have to talk completely to myself, which is kind of hard to do. But I'm learning. I'm learning. I did try to write down things to help me remember or to talk about stuff. But anyway, so can't remember if I talked about the ribbon tails. The ribbon tails are cut, both the 2.5 and the 1.5 inch are cut at 12 inches. Some people like 13, but I think 12 is more than enough. And my friend Linda kind of made me think about that, because she made a comment one time, you're covering up all of the mesh. We can't see the mesh. And I thought about that. I'm like, because especially this kind of mesh that has the colors on the end, by the time, if the ribbon tails are too long, you don't even see the mesh. So since then I've stuck to 12 inches so that some of the mesh would stick out, because some of the mesh is really very pretty. Now I think if I was using a solid color and you weren't really going to see that much, I might reconsider. But part of the beauty of the wreaths is the mesh, not just the ribbon. So I'm just putting the and I forget to check to see if you can see me, putting 2 ribbons in each twist tie, and then just kind of spreading them out a little bit. That's how I like to do it. All right, who's still on? Is it Sandy or Tina? I don't know. I don't know if any of you know that once I finish a live, I upload it to YouTube for others to see. I mean, some still are able to watch it on Facebook. However, starting, I think May 1st maybe, Facebook is going to start deleting people's videos, their live videos. So I'm glad I got in the habit of uploading them to YouTube, because there are some people that I can reach on YouTube that I don't reach on Facebook. And so I don't want them to not be able to find something. Because actually it was YouTube that I found somebody that I learned to do wreaths behind. I shouldn't say behind, but they were my inspiration, and I watched them quite frequently until I found a whole nother community and started making friends within the community. So I really do enjoy it. My accountability partners are not on tonight. They're probably, I don't know if we had a SOAR meeting or not today. Might have, because it is third Thursday, so that's probably where they are. But I wanted to get this live in for the new year. I had said I was going to go live twice a month, so I'm trying to stick to that as close as possible. Anybody have to do taxes? Did you get your taxes all done? I always dread doing the taxes. I had these two businesses when I was just had the personal taxes. It was stressful, but it's even more stressful with the business taxes. But I was able to get through them this year by myself with no help from friends. Well, I won't say no help, but one year one of my church sisters did them for me. Last year I paid TurboTax to answer questions and help me walk me through. But I have this newfound friend named ChatGPT who explains stuff really good and really simple for me. Broke it down really, really good. It took me a while to go back and forth with him to ask the various questions that I had. But we got through it. And even better yet, I didn't owe any taxes. Hallelujah. So, and April is kind of I need to do better about April because I have quarterly taxes on my wreath business that's due. The first quarter is due in April. And then my corporation tax for the wreath business, because I have an LLC, is also due by May 1st, and I always wait till the last minute. So I have all this money I need to come up with in April. I got to do better. It's not a good feeling. All that money to be paid out in 1 month. When if I just do it early, prepare early, it would be a whole lot better. Glad to, girl. No, you waiting? Well, at least you're getting something back. So that's a good thing. If you're waiting, that means you're getting something back. I'm just always happy when I don't have to pay. As long as I don't have to pay. And with me having the businesses, I think that's going to always be I'm either going to have to pay or depending on how many expenses I have. And so that's what's going to be my determining factor. But I was just happy to have them done. I was just so happy to have it all done and a day early. I actually finished them on the 14th. Last year it was the 15th. I finished them and I put in for my extension, but it was like, oof, rough. Down to the wire. But I thought it was interesting when I went into TurboTax, there was this article from the IRS that said because we had had a hurricane in October, November, somewhere in there, even though we didn't have a lot of damage, that the state of Florida had an extension to do taxes until May 1st. But TurboTax wasn't having it. Every day I was getting, I guess I didn't have to pay them any attention, but since I was getting assistance and answers to my questions and I was getting through it, I just went ahead and got them done. And a couple of tax people, they claimed they didn't know anything about it, but I went to the actual IRS website and it was there that we had an extension until May the 1st. But I didn't need it. I got it done. So how's your recovery coming, Sandy? You doing good? Are you still on PTO? I think you were almost done with PTO and thinking about going back to work last month, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember. Seemed like we had that conversation. I'm glad this ribbon has some white in it, because I thought with the mesh being mostly red, I thought it was going to be too dark. Whew. Okay, the 7th, so you've been back already. Okay, cool beans. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go back, you were probably bored and ready. I don't know if I need a different chair. But when I make grease, my back hurts so bad, but I think it's because I'm sitting up and not resting my back when I'm working. So by the time I'm done, my back is killing me. Not killing me. Hurting though. It's not killing me, but it is hurting. Trying to watch my words. How's the weather, Sandy? Has it started to warm up just a teeny bit? I know April can be kind of different in Michigan. Actually, the beginning of April here was, a couple days it was hot and a couple days it got cool. But one of the things I have found that I do enjoy about being downtown in Jacksonville is At first, I don't know what I thought. I wasn't thinking, period. But it's always a nice breeze. It can be hot, but there's a breeze. And I had to think about that one day. I'm like, well, why is it always windy down here? But we're surrounded by water. You can't get out of downtown hardly without going over a bridge of some sort. So there's water around me. So I think that's why it's always a little bit of a breeze in the morning and in the evening. I have not been out. I shouldn't say haven't been out, but I haven't done the exploring that I said I was going to do yet. I did go for a walk. I guess about a week and a half ago. It was a pretty day. And I was trying to get out so I could leave the puppy by himself for a little while. And I walked up 2 blocks. No, only 1 block. 1 block up and then 3 blocks down, because I knew that there was a little park right there. It might have been 2 blocks up. It might have been on Main Street. So I wanted to see what the park was about, because I had just driven by it and I hadn't, really been able to see what was there. But it's not a whole lot there, and because I'm downtown, you know how the downtown areas are. They have a lot of homeless. So as I walked by, I noticed that there was a couple homeless people out. But I can say they don't bother anybody. Every now and then you get somebody, asking. But for the most part, those that are around my building, they don't really, for the most part, they don't ask for anything. Every now and then you'll get somebody that'll ask for something. But they're respectful, So I still feel safe. Just a different environment. Okay. I just wish I could show this better on camera. But that's what I have so far. I do not have a sign per se for this particular wreath. But I had a lot of different things I could pick from. So this is one thing that I can use. I'm not sure. I can either use it in 3, or I can try cutting the little pieces and have 9 pieces. So, not sure. And then there's this pretty star that I could use. If I'm gonna do that, I need my glue gun. But then they also, I think I'm gonna probably use this thing. This was on a stem, but I think I like this. At first I thought about sticking it in the star, but I don't think I will. But I did. Putting it on here, I don't really like it. What you think? Because it's too much of the same thing. I need a contrast in there, don't I? Well, I did kind of put this together. But when I didn't try it on the wreath, obviously, but let's see. It needed a little bit of contrast from the wreath. Well, that might not be too bad. I can't really see it. Let me see if my camera. know. I'm not sure. I just really like, it's like a kind of a flower with a bell. I'm not sure, because it's just too much of the same color. It just blends in too much to me. I don't know. Okay. All right. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to do something fun if I can. Some friends, we're gonna get together on Saturday, so that should be good. Everybody else works, so can't expect them to do stuff tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, next time. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. I got something on my screen that I need to get off. All right. That might be okay. I'll have to look at that later. But I do like this blue star. I might do the star in a bow because the star has such a contrast. So I may use that instead of that. But I think I'm going to do my bow first, because I really did not get the glue stick out. I did not. Anyway, gonna make a bow. Let's see. Maybe I'll try turning this way. What time is it? Okay. I need a sheet of paper. Hold, please. Why does this keep coming up on my screen? I don't know. One of the things that I do, I try to keep the calculations of what I use and what I do for pricing. So for this bow, I'm gonna use an 8-inch tail. And the first loop is gonna be 6 inches. The second loop is going to be 6 inches. Scrunch it down, make sure it's 6 inches. Guess I'll go ahead and do 4. Twist, 6 inches. Can you see? Scrunch down, twist. I really like the bow maker. I haven't really tried to make bows with my hand. I used to way back in the day, and I'm trying to remember what I was making bows for. But I was never very good at making bows by hand. I just could not get the hang of it. So I'm grateful for the bow maker. one's on to help me make my little decision. Right here. Right here, right here. This is a solid navy, and it's kind of got a little plastic feel. Feels good, but it's not like a fabric. It has a little bit more plastic feel to it. Polypropylene. So anyway, but actually, this is not 1.5, so I like to do, so I'll go ahead and do this 1.5 inch with an 8-inch tail. This is going to be about 7.5 inches. Write that down. 6-inch loops times 4. And this one is 5.5 loop times, I don't know. My peeps aren't here. I'll go ahead and make 4. Make it a juicy bow. Twist. Make that the same. Make that the same. Push down. Cut. Something failed, but I'm not sure what it was. Keep going. Okay, gonna put the blue 8-inch tail. Make this one about 5 inches. Each layer should be a little bit shorter than the previous row. So you can see them. Sometimes you just eyeball them. I think I'm gonna only do 2. Times 2. Other one is 4. Anyway, as I was telling my friend Sandy before she got off, some friends of mine were going to have ribs and chicken for my birthday. And if you listen to the earlier part of the replay, you heard me talking about trouble I'm having with my dog in the new building, barking. So they wanted to take me out, but I'm trying not to go out too much. I probably need to go out, but more. But I want to do maybe like 1 hour away every day and build up from there and see if he gets accustomed to me being gone again. He never had this problem when he was younger. So, whoops, almost went the wrong way. I'm just gonna make 1 loop for the center, and it's gonna be maybe about 2 to 3 inches. No, take that back. I'm gonna make 3. Because I like this. It's got some sparkle on it. So we need some sparkle. We need some sparkle. And then make 2, then make a center loop. Hopefully my zip tie will hold all of this. I have medium size zip ties, and I could probably use a big one on this one. So one of my loop tails is a little long. We're gonna take this zip tie, try to get it under all of the layers. Still upside down. With zip ties, you have to make sure that you have the female opening, as they would say, up, so you can put the other end and grab it, pull it tight, not too tight yet. And get the zip tie in, or not the zip tie, the pipe cleaner. This is what I'm going to attach the bow. Why? Oh, you're stuck on the ribbon. Get that through, and then pull tight. Tight, tight. They actually do have, for those who have like carpal tunnel or something, they actually have a tool that will pull that really, really tight. Fortunately, I don't have carpal tunnel. I did have at one time something called trigger finger, but it was in my thumb, where the thumb was literally stiff and be sore. So that went on for about a year. But I wore a brace, and it eventually got better. So let's see about fluffing this thing out. I think that loop is too big. If I pull too hard. No. This loop is too big. Too big. Too big. But I can't find its counterpart. And I don't want to pull. I can't find it. So guess what? I'm gonna leave it. This one's kind of a different size too, so that should work. I like making bows. Sometimes I'm not as confident in making them as I could be, but I love making them. And I actually had a lady in my community to encourage me to make them and sell them individually. So I have done that. I have made some and put them in my shop. They don't sell as well. I have sold one, but right now they're not selling as well. I won't say they won't sell, but they're not selling right now for me. feel like I need the camera on the other side. If you can, on this side, since I can't flip the camera, so you can see me fluffing this. Anyway, I'm trying to decide what to, maybe I'll put the blue up this way, white this way. Okay, kind of a crisscross. Kind of a crisscross. Try to put each loop in a different space. Okay. So what you think? Good? Yeah. I'll fluff it more once I put it on the wreath. So my tie's got a little this one's kind of small, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Do the dovetail, fold it in half, cut up from the fold, like so. Let's see. Fold it, cut at an angle from the fold. Do it again. I need a better angle. But I'm still learning in this space. It makes a difference when you don't have a separate room. I'm working from just a little table. I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna try to bring my ring light back. I don't have a lot of space, but still gotta make some wreaths. Gotta make some stuff. Did any of y'all see the centerpiece I tried last time I was on? I think it came out pretty good. I still, I think I'll do another one soon. Different, but try my hand at another centerpiece, because I think it came out pretty good. I think that's all I'm gonna do as far as fluffing on there. Let's see if we can find a spot for it. Since I don't have a sign, it doesn't matter where I started. Go through the mesh. This is usually my hardest part. All right. I want it to go this way. Go through the mesh. Okay, so we go through the mesh and then we tie it on to the back of the wreath. Most people don't show that, but that's just where we usually put it. So, twist and twist, twist and twist. Let's see. Recap. I started with a Dollar Tree 14-inch wire frame. I put 12 twist ties on the frame, 6 on the bottom and 6 on the top. And then I had 10-inch mesh that I cut at 25 inches. And I used the um, woodland ruffle method, which is rolling each end maybe 3 or 4 times and then pinching from the middle, from one end straight up the middle till you meet the other roll, and then put one of those in each um, twist tie. My ribbon tails, both the 1.5 inch and the 2 inch, 2.5, were cut at 12 inches. We use a tool, it's like a ruler. We call it a ribbon tie. I mean, a ribbon tail. And we just wrap it around for however many ties we need. So I made 12 of each, and I matched the 1.5 with the 2.5 and put both in a twist tie. After I twisted the twist tie a few times, I then cut off the excess and just folded the rest of the twist tie under the ribbon. I did that all the way around on the upper and the lower rings. And then I made my bow. There's different types of bows and styles, but this one I did 8-inch tails of each ribbon. I did my first four loops. I did 6 inches. My next, I can't remember. my next row was 2 loops, and they were 5.5. So you go down, maybe 1/2 inch or so each row, each layer. And then I did 2 loops of the blue, actually 3 loops of the white, but the third one is just a center loop, and it is maybe 2 inches, 3 inches at the most. And then I take a zip tie and put the bow together, put a pipe cleaner under the back, in the back, so that I can attach it to the wreath. And I have talked my way through the wreath through putting the bow on. Let me see, which way am I going? Back up. So now the bow is attached. And I think I want, what did I do with, I think I'm going to do, since it does not have a sign, instead of, I was going to use this attachment, but it is so much stripes and stars, it seems like it would blend in too much. Although it's cute and it makes noise. So that would make it stand out in itself. But I also have this blue star, which I think is kind of cute because it stands out. It gives it a little bit more contrast since I don't have a sign. I think I'm gonna go with this. But that means at one point I thought I was gonna use both of these, so I don't know. Let me see, is there a way that I can use both of them? Nah, I thought about sticking it right through the middle. Nah, I think I'll just use the star, and I'm gonna just hold it up because you really, because of my angles and things, you really can't see as well as I'd like. But Yeah, looking at my other camera. One of these days I'm gonna have a camera, and I'm gonna have a space again, separate, that I can have stuff. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do the star because it gives it a more of a contrast. And I think my hour is past. I try to stick to about an hour, and I think I still may put a few of these around as well. So stay tuned. Look for the posting of the finished wreath. Who's on? Who came back? Somebody's there, but they're not saying hi. But anyway, glad you're here. Getting ready to get off. But anyway, so back to sorry, got distracted. Squirrel moment. So I'm gonna put a few of these around and attach this. I'm either going to put a hole in the back and put 2 holes actually, and put a pipe cleaner on the back and just attach it like that. And then I'm gonna put a few of these around the perimeters. Okay? So thank you for joining me, and I will see you, I think, because I'm supposed to go first and third Fridays. So I may go maybe back next Friday. Yes, because the Wednesday is the 30th, I believe. Somewhere in there. So whenever first Friday is, I should be back. If not, I'll make a post and say that I'm postponing. But anyway, again, thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for, oh, that's my cousin. I don't want it in the middle, Brenda. Okay, let's look at it in the middle. It's not really big enough for the middle, but we'll see. Since you said that, we'll see. Okay, it's gonna be kind of hid if I put it in the middle, Brenda. I'm so glad you stopped by, girl. It's always good to have my family with me. Okay, can you see it, Brenda? I know you can't see the whole thing, but the way I have, because I have the bow, and like with me, some people have a peephole, so it might be good to have that little opening right there, so they don't have to do like me. Who is it? They can look through the peephole, and if it's somebody they don't want to be bothered with, they ain't got to be bothered. But when you cover up that center hole and you got a peephole, that's not good. You still can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, let me try that. So that's at the angle that I think it should go. Let's move it over to the center where you see it. But it's partially under the bow. Can you see that? Let me try a different angle for you. Okay. Let me see what you see. It's perfect. That's because you're my cousin.